So I decided to do one more train simulation for now, and then the rest later. Support reserve is what we use. And as you all know, last weekend I decided to expand my train collection a bit, so I spent about $50. Unfortunately, I spent the last $50 I had in my wallet. So yeah, yeah, I got this train. It's a IC DB, Deutsche Bahn, that's what DB stands for, it's a German train, because we are in a German city. So let's get started with the service. So I need to unlock the door, so I need to use the door key, because if I press the button, as you can see, it does nothing. So I just need to use the door key to turn it to open a few times, and there we go. So let's climb on up, and then I want to lock this door, because I don't want passengers falling out of the train. That wouldn't be too good, because there's no platform on this side, So we cut this to this door. And let me turn on the lights. So we have an electrical cabinet here. This train's a bit more complex because it's on the expert side, so bear with me. And not that one. Coach light's full. This is the cab. So we set the reverser forward. Okay. You turn the brake key on. Unlock the brake key. And we turn the headlights bright, and we turn the instrument lights, yeah, and the cab light. And then the headlights are controlled here. This is the battery switch. The headlights are this one. It's already set the headlights, as you can see. The other one is tail lights, and it's off. And they're completely off. So we do headlights. And the headlights, it only changes the headlights. When you change the tail lights, when you have the reverse off. See, now we're in this cab. That's now set. So we want to unlock the left doors. But in scenarios, if you're doing a scenario with this train, there's something you have to make sure of. That's strange. The doors didn't even open. It's loading. Okay. Oh well. I guess it's not the front door. Okay. When this is how so yeah, when you first, when you play this train in the scenario, you have to this it won't actually work, because I figured this out yesterday. So I had two of these coupled together with another, and it didn't work. That's what I've been trying to do all that time yesterday, which is why now I've given that up, because I can't get it to move anyway. So on the expert side. So here's the locomotive. This is you can hear this sound, otherwise it won't move. So you can actually enter through here. Now we need to look for a switch, but it's in only in one of the cabs, not on the other cab. This one has all the switches. So we don't want it. So that's the white cab. I'm going to go in the other one. So as you can see, we find this cab here, right? This cab doesn't have all the switches. The other cab does. But there's two ways you can get to that cab. You can actually go out here at the side doors, or in this train you can actually go through here. It's called the machine room. There is a little light here, in the machine room right here. And this is the machine room. There's a lot of fuses through here. So you can see on both sides there's a lot of fuses. Most of them you can interact with. There's a lot of, and not just fuses. There's a valves this section here as well. These are all the valves for the train. Yes, it might look complicated, but these are all the valves. So they need to be inserted. So you see, according to this plane here, we have valves. So we want to go through here into the other cab. What we want to do is we want to make sure this is set to ZWS, not off, because it might be off in the scenario, but you want to make sure it's set to ZWS. Otherwise the train won't go and fly the other cab. Not the cab, not the cab on the computer, it's not the train, the cab where we started, where it's called the cab cab. So we exit through here. The line's already down here. And you see the doors, we don't leave the doors, so now we have to make the project this way. But just to make sure that you don't, because you have to make sure that it's set that way, because otherwise the train's not going to go unless you have it set that way. there's a multiple unit product when you have the setter off, the cap car doesn't work. It won't move the train. It has to be set to ZWS, not ZMS. The other it needs to be ZWS. So you can ensure that's set. I did try that in with them both with two cap cars and two locomotives, because they had two sets of A's. But no, that didn't work. So I tried every way. I've given up. That's why I'm not going to try that anymore. So let's head back into the cab here. Okay, so we need to lock our doors. So I like to do it like that. You can also flick the switch as well. It's up to you. So Schließvorgang England, that's in German because it's a German train. So all the doors are now closed. So we want to ensure that they're locked. As you can see, yep, we can't use the lock button, so that means all the doors are locked. So now we should be able to depart. So what we want to do is we want to release the train gear. Brake. We have one second, and let me just acknowledge the fault. Okay. Power there, yep. The pantry washer is already on. So now we want to put the throttle in gear. This little dial starts moving and then we start to move. Okay? Actually, we can put it a little bit higher, not too high. We don't want it on full power yet. We don't want to go too fast. But we can go 80, so actually let's put it on full for now because we can go 80. Oh wait, yeah, but this train we have to be careful because it has something called CFI. It will stop the train if you're not paying attention. So we have to be careful because the train will slow down. It's happened to me before. It's called CFA. It's a German thing. So we have to be careful not to set that off. Because if you go too fast, it will stop. So you have to acknowledge it with B. And there's a CFA pedal down there. There's also a horn pedal. So let's give that a hoot. Then we have a window. We've got other things. I'm going to just turn up the indicators a little bit. Okay, turn those all the way up. You to be able to see. When you've got the cab lights on, turn that up. Okay. Right. Okay, so we have LZB as well because you have to usually test the system by this button. It doesn't actually work. It doesn't always work, to be honest. Because I believe the switch, because here's the fuses cabinet. Yeah, the LZB switch is open, it's not even on. So, and there's a valves cabinet in this cab as well, right here. This is the valves cabinet. There's an LZB valve. There's a and then of course we've got an electrical cabinet out there. And the tail light switch is actually in another small cabinet here. This controls all the lights. So if I turn this off, there won't be any lights at all. Hang on, my mom's calling me. Let me just check my messages real quick. These are the dogs. She's stuck in what? Okay, so yeah, so that's all these switches. So if I now turn that off, you see there's no headlights. So there, because that's actually the whole power here. So the lights, we want to set this to on. And then the lights come on. Sliding door. we lose it. Sorry about that. Pardon the interruption. Okay, so we're still oh wait, why are we slowing down? Oh, we're not. So yeah, so that's all the, it's a bit complex, you know, all the you know, what's the speed limit? 80. Okay, we can actually go faster, so I can actually put it back in a little bit of gear. But you have to be careful because we have to make sure we acknowledge the, you know, the CFA, because otherwise the train will stop. So when it gets to a certain speed, the CFA comes on, so we have to acknowledge that, because this train doesn't have AFB or anything. No, it doesn't. Yeah. It has no AFB or anything. Wait, I forgot about the console light. Let me turn that on. Nice, like that. Okay, so yeah, the train. Yeah, so it's the train, as you can see. Because I can't do that. At the back, but you need to be you know, in the cab, otherwise I can't hear it beeping, because it will start beeping when I have to acknowledge. So otherwise the train will come to a full stop. It's called Zahnbremsung in German, so it completely stops the train. It will keep saying that. And yeah, it was driving me nuts once, and I didn't know how to turn it off, so I turned the train's battery off. And yeah, I don't think I can get the train running, I can't remember, but it's all down to me. Anyway, yeah, we've already gone up the speed. The LZB thing isn't even on. Oh, never mind, CFA is disabled too, never mind. CFA is disabled. There's a CFA up on here that's also closed. Never mind, CFA isn't even on. I just realised. Oh, but I just like that because of reaching that station. And I'm going too fast, that's not good. Because I don't know if I'm going to be able to stop in time. This is not good. Full service, I might have put an emergency actually. Because I don't know if it's going to stop in time at full service, so I'm putting an emergency on purpose. Okay, that was close because I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to stop in time. Okay, well, we made it, and let me just unlock the doors. So that when you see, yeah, the doors are now open. Yeah, because the where are the doors? Yeah, we lock the left doors. And a gold medal. There you go. Close again, number 61. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next stream.